Here we have for sale our 2019 on a 19 plate Ford Transit Custom. This is the 300 model, meaning it's got a 3-ton gross vehicle weight. This one has got the 2-litre EcoBlue diesel Euro 6 engine producing 130 PS, which is roughly 130 brake horsepower. This is the L2 or long wheelbase, and H2, meaning it's got a high roof, limited automatic panel van. And what we're going to do in this video is have a little walk around. I'll show you the spec that you get on a Transit Custom Limited of this particular age. We'll also talk you through in detail the condition and service history of this particular example, seeing as it is currently available for sale at the time of recording. So starting here then at the rear of the vehicle, we can see that this one is spec'd with rear barn doors. So barn doors are 2 doors which open like so. On a high roof model like this, it would only really be barn doors that you could spec on the back of the van, as opposed to a low roof one where you could get a tailgate instead. But of course, many benefits of the high roof, which we'll come into a little bit later on. This being the limited model, you do get a number of elements which come colour coded. That includes the door handles all round, so including the rear here, and of course on the front doors and the side door. Bits of trim like this here above the rear number plate, also on the sides of the vehicle there as well. The bumpers, so the rear bumper, the front bumper, and also the mirror caps all come colour coded in the body colour, which in this case is frozen white. And I think it just really sets the vehicle off when you accompany it with a couple of other bits and bobs, which again we'll talk you through as we go around. Also on the limited model then, you do get parking sensors. So you can see here integrated into the rear bumper, we've got rear parking sensors. You also get front parking sensors as well. In terms of condition then, we'll start to have a look at the condition here of the rear of the van. We're in the shadows just here, more direct sunlight around the other side. But nevertheless, hopefully we can really have a good look to see the condition here. These are the sorts of angles that I like to show in the video, a bit more dynamic than just a static shot. Gives you a chance to have a look for any dings or dents or anything like that. And I must say, looking pretty presentable indeed. There's a tiny little pin dent just here above my finger, but as I say, absolutely tiny. If we open up the rear doors, then we can start to have a look inside the rear of the vehicle. So when you open the door, you've got this little yellow arm. Give that a pull. That clips into place there like so against the rear door, and that allows you to open it up to its full 180-degree position like that for maximum accessibility into the back of the van. Of course, it will lock into place there if maybe you've got high winds. It will just lock into place there at 90 degrees, but as I say, give that a little pull and you can open it right up to 180 degrees. This is where we can then start to see inside the rear of the vehicle. So we can see that this one has got ply lining, giving really full protection inside the van. And quite unusual with this one, they've actually ply lined the upper part as well. This was done of course by the previous owner before it came into us. I can't remember ever seeing that before actually, but as I say, quite unusual to see that. But as I say, it is doing the job of protecting the van. All in pretty good condition as well actually. As I say, this is used ply lining. We haven't replaced this, but in pretty good order. You can see as well the original plastic floor is underneath that, so if you wanted to take that out, that plastic floor is underneath as well. Factory fitted bulkhead of course, and this one has got the load through hatch, so you can load right the way through underneath the passenger seats. In terms of height in the back of here, I am 6 foot tall and I am walking around in the back. I am slightly having to duck down, but literally by a couple of inches, and maybe if you got rid of the ply lining on the roof, you might actually be able to stand up fully. You've got a bit of storage here above the cab as well. You can see a maximum weight there, 20 kilos, but certainly a bit of useful space up there. But that is the beauty really of the high roof, is that you can walk around in the back, whether it will be used for work or for leisure purposes. There's certainly a lot more practicality in the back, just being able to step up and walk around in the back of there. Moving then around the outside of the vehicle, and this is where we can start to have a look down the sides here. So down the driver's side first, and again just having a look for any dings or dents that I can see, any big scratches. It's all looking, as I say, pretty presentable, it must be said. The Limited as well does come with alloy wheels, so you get these 16-inch alloy wheels, really popular of course. See these on lots and lots of Transit Customs, even non-limited models, people choose to put these on them. As I say, great wheel. You can see this one has got a nice set of tyres on it as well. We've got Continentals on the front, maybe Goodyears on the back, so as I say, good tyres on there, and certainly sets the vehicle off quite nicely. No particular I say there's no particular damage that I can point out down the side of the vehicle that I can see there. Opening up the cab then, we can start to have a look inside here. So the driver's door card is all looking in really good order. It's not quite focusing there, unfortunately, but as I say, looking really nice. The driver's door card. Up on top of the driver's door then, we have electric windows. We've also got electric folding mirrors, and that's how those operate, just by pulling on this dial back towards you like so, and that's how those fold in and out. As we move inside then, we've got auto-activated lights and auto-activated wipers. You can see that we do have 2 full remote keys with this vehicle. The mileage there, the vehicle is running at the moment, is 29,364 miles. And you can see there it's all idling correctly. There's no warning lights on the dashboard, anything like that. Up on top of the dashboard then, we've got a USB port and a 12-volt socket, and I've got my phone plugged into that USB port, and I'll show you why in just a second. Looking at the steering wheel, lovely condition here actually of the steering wheel, no wear at all really to the top of the steering wheel, which is very, very common to see. Finished in leather, of course. And on the left hand side then, we've got your cruise control settings. Underneath that, you've got your volume for the radio, and you can also mute it just there. And then on the right hand side, you've got your onboard computer controls, and then underneath that you can answer and hang up the phone. Having a look at the driver's seat. First thing to note, lovely condition here of the driver's seat. There's no rips, tears, cigarette burns, anything like that. Absolutely fantastic condition. Height adjustability just there of the driver's seat. So that's the whole of the seat going up and down. And this is height adjustability of the front of the seat, or what they call thigh adjustment. We've also got a driver's armrest, and you can set that to your desired height because that is on a ratchet. So very nice to see that. And in terms of condition inside here, very, very clean and tidy, as I say, considering this is an automatic. Of course, you can see just the 2 pedals. It's very common for people to sort of rest their heel there and maybe sometimes even create a hole in the floor. It's lovely condition here inside the cab, same with this step as well. If I just jump in quickly, we'll show you a bit more spec inside here. So as I mentioned, automatic gearbox, very rare option to find on a high roof limited like this. If we look into the center then, all of this comes as standards. You've got heated seats, heated windscreen, heated wing mirrors and air conditioning, all completely as standard. You've got your a USB and a 12-volt socket just there. There was something in here. We will be replacing this bit of plastic just there. But as I say, there was something in there by the previous owner. I'm not sure what that was. Up on top of here then, we've got the Sync 3 screen. Absolutely fantastic selling point on these Transit Customs. This of course gives you Apple CarPlay, as you can see here. You also get Android Auto. You can listen to your podcasts on here if you want to. You can navigate via Apple Maps or Google Maps. And of course, if you don't want to do that, you can connect your phone to this via Bluetooth, and you have got DAB radio on here as well. When you put the vehicle into reverse, it also gives you your parking sensor display just there. Finally then, while we're inside the cab, I'd like to show you the service history. So you can see that we have got previous Ford service history with the vehicle. That was done last in August 21, and now during our preparation, of course, we have serviced it as well. So lovely to see a nice up-to-date service book with the vehicle. Moving in around the front of the van, turn the brightness down a little bit. Now we're back outside. Looking at the front of the vehicle here, of course this does get the brilliant LED daytime running lights there. So the sort of halo front lights, which people absolutely love on these Transit Customs. I really do think that sets it off very nicely. And in terms of condition here at the front, again, obviously quite difficult to see in absolute direct sunlight like we've got here today, but looking pretty tidy, it must be said. Of course, you're going to get the odd stone chip and things here or there, but all in all, looking pretty good indeed. All very straight, must be said. We've got front fog lights, which also act as cornering lights, and we've got front parking sensors there as well. Having a look at the windscreen, doesn't seem to be any damage to the windscreen, no chips or scratches or cracks that I can see there, all looking pretty good. And then finally then, looking down the passenger side here, again, looking really clean. Just a couple of tiny little blemishes here to the front wing. Only very, very small, but I must mention those because I can see them. So all in all, looking very tidy and presentable. If we open up the passenger door then, we can have a look at the load space from this side. So again, that fantastic ply lining in the rear, and you've also got, say, the factory fitted bulkhead just there. And just to finish then, open up the passenger door. You can see the passenger door card is all in really good order. Same with the step, no issues there. If I move this mat out of the way, you see the condition of the floor here in the front. Absolutely lovely order there. Same with the dashboard, as I say, other than this little hole. I don't know why they've cut that there, I'm not too sure. Must have had something stuck in there for some reason. A couple of tiny little superficial marks just there too, just above the gov blocks, but otherwise, as I say, dashboard is all looking very, very nice indeed. So just to summarise this vehicle then, this is a 2019 on a 19 plate Ford Transit Custom. It's the 300 model, so 3-ton gross vehicle weight, limited, which is of course the spec. As we've run through, absolutely brilliant spec. On the outside you get front and rear parking sensors, colour coding, alloy wheels, and then inside you get things like air conditioning, heated seats, heated windscreen, auto activated lights and wipers. Absolutely brilliant spec on the limited. That is why they are so popular compared to so many other makes and models on the market. This one is the L2H2, so long wheelbase, high roof, and what makes it so rare is the automatic gearbox in it as well. Lovely miles on this particular example, and as I say, during our preparation has been right through our workshop for a full service. I believe we've actually MOT'd it as well during the preparation, so it is absolutely ready to go today, other than that little bit of trim in the cab there, which, as I say, we will be sorting out before it goes. If you'd like to see the full advert for this vehicle, if you haven't seen it already, please head over to our website, bridgeendvans.co.uk. This is where you'll find the price, the description, and of course the photography of this particular vehicle. We will welcome inquiries on either of the numbers listed there at the bottom of the sign as well, and of course there's multiple ways you can get in contact with us via the website or maybe one of the advertising platforms that you're seeing this video through. We can take cars or vans in part exchange, we can arrange finance at very competitive rates, and we can also deliver our vehicles nationwide as well. Thank you so much for watching.